Hi guys, welcome to my live session. I'm just switching on my Insta live too. Internet में कुछ problem है. So today's topic is very important and actually it has been requested many times. I think trolls ने request किया है, but anyway. So it's today I'm going to be talking about the role of dads and how we moms need to support them and what are the emotional changes they are going through, all these things. Some problem with my internet. Just give me 1 second, guys. So please start giving the questions. It's basically about everything. Key dads, what are the physical changes happening in their body? What are the changes happening at the brain level? Then how to tackle those changes. And postpartum depression in men also happens. Yes, surprising, but yeah. And I'm going live on Instagram. So I'll be giving a little intro again over there. So bear with me. Go. Just 1 second. Their emotion. So we are talking about the emotional needs of dads, physical needs of dads, and how to generally keep up. Hello, Insta fam. We are live right now. We're live on BabyChakra. We're live on Instagram. Insta fam, if you want to follow me on BabyChakra, use the code capital F, capital A, capital R, capital A, capital H. That's my spelling, right? And you can sign into BabyChakra. It's a wonderful app. And I'm going live both places simultaneously. Today's topic is emotional needs of the father. So what we're going to be talking about is what are the changes happening in the father's body, in the father's brain? What are the emotional needs he has? And as you know, hi, Maddie, as you know, our men, they don't vocalize feeling. मुझे ऐसा फील हुआ, तुमने ऐसा कहा, तो मुझे ऐसा और फील हुआ, फिर तुम्हारी टोन से ऐसा लगा. They will not tell. They will just keep it buried, and a lot of mental health issues go unnoticed in fathers. So this is an extremely important topic. I'm sorry, I'm half an hour late. My usual crowd usually prefers 7 o'clock, 7:30 हो गया इस बार. Next week, I'll try to come at 7 only. And before we start, let me show you nothing new. Hello, hi. Newborns and new moms, please pick it. It's available on Amazon right now, or abhi sale bhi aa raha hai. 40% discount is there. If you're joining from BabyChakra, it's down below. You can buy it. And in this book also, I have mentioned about the role of fathers, the importance of fathers' mental health, and how moms can take care of them. Yes, we mothers have a responsibility towards them too, because having a baby is a very big change. So let me start with the basics. This session will be saved, so you guys can watch it later on, and just tag a friend who is expecting, tag a father, tag a mother who's having a lot of relationship issues, because I'm going to be discussing all of that today. Hello, 50 Shades of Life. Okay, so fathers, they play a huge role as a buffer. तो ये बफर क्या चीज है कि सपोज योर इन्वर्टर विल बी योर बफर कि थोड़ी देर के लिए 2 घंटे के लिए आपको लाइट दे देगा. सपोज आपकी बॉडी में पानी की कमी हो गई, तो योर किडनीज विल एक्ट एज अ बफर एंड मेक श्योर तुम्हारा पानी का लेवल कम नहीं होता. तो दिस इज द वर्ड बफर. नाउ what happens in a new when a new mother, she is getting overwhelmed by her bacha. Who's the buffer she has? The father. But what if the father's mental health, he is not in that mental state to help out the mother? What research and statistics have shown that, I'll tell you this exact statistic. 25% of couples reported violence after childbirth. 25% of all couples. That's a huge number. And unme se jo 70% the, they said this is the first time it has occurred. So domestic violence can start. 70% of the couples who reported domestic violence हुआ था उनके घर में, उनमें से 70% के घर में पहली बार हुआ था. So this was a pointer. This research was landmark कि ये point किया था कि yes, fathers also go through a lot of emotional turmoil, lot of emotional baggage they develop after the birth of the child. So what are the things a father can experience? First is neglect. He might feel neglected. एक तो pregnancy के last few months he won't be getting the same intimacy as they were used to. The mother is always complaining कि मेरा ये दुख रहा है, मेरा वो दुख रहा है, I'm so big, I'm so bloated, I'm so gassy, I need to pee. So that is when the first problem starts of the father not being able to connect with the mother. So slowly जो उनका life partner था, the person he loved, he's not getting connection with her. The second thing that happens is after the birth of the child, the first 40 days, the husband, I won't say the word husband and wife because I have, this is for everyone. So the partners, the mother and the father, they don't get to get intimate. Okay? So because of that, that is also him feeling left out of the entire equation. And if you see, when you see a new mother and a new baby, the kind of bond they have, वो लोग जो bond करते हैं ना जिस तरह, hello, the kind of bond they have, what it does is it makes the father feel left out. कि मैं हूँ ही नहीं, I'm not there in the equation. The mother and child are breastfeeding. I'm just the driver who takes to the hospital, to the lactation consultant. I'm just the guy who brings in the money. And he feels like मेरी वाइफ चोरी हो गई बच्चे से. And there are some fathers who feel कि मेरा बच्चा चोरी हो गया वाइफ से. You get it? It's like if the father is too attached to the mother, he'll feel that this child is hogging on my wife. He's hoarding on my wife. I'm not getting to see the same person that she was. I'm not getting to spend time with her. And some fathers, the hormone changes that happen in their body, that makes, the hormone changes that happen in their body. I'm waving to everyone who's joined. Hello. Sorry, where was I? Yeah. So the father who is able to bond with the baby will feel कि ये मेरी जो माँ है ना वो बच्चा उसको ज्यादा प्रेफर करता है. Yes, that is the reality of life. And in fact, research has shown कि जो hormone levels होते हैं हमारी body में. Hi Sonali. ये जो hormone levels होते हैं हमारी body में, they are different for the father and the mother. So ये जो male hormone होता है ना, testosterone, it starts decreasing when the partner, the pregnant woman, is around her 6 months of pregnancy. उस टाइम में टेस्टोस्टेरोन starts decreasing. और उसका evolutionary reason ये है that there is no need to reproduce more. हमारा बच्चा is on the way. So the body is preparing for a nurturing kind of a role. The next thing that happens is testosterone कम होने लगा, oxytocin starts increasing. Now oxytocin, we all know what world famous hormone है. Oxytocin, what it does is bonding hormone. And yes, oxytocin आपकी body में भी increase होता है. It fosters the feelings of love towards the mother of his child as well as towards his child. Now the third important hormone that we don't know about is called vasopressin. Now ये vasopressin जो होता है, it's always there in your body. I don't want to go into the medical, उसका क्या use है in maintaining your body's होमोस्टेसिस, वो छोड़ो, सब मेडिकल है वो. बट वेसोप्रेसिन क्या करता है, वो टेस्टोस्टेरोन का जो इफेक्ट है उसको टेम्पर डाउन करता है. इट टेम्पर्स इट डाउन. सो ऑक्सीटोसिन जो है टच से इंक्रीज होता है बॉडी में. ओके, टच फैक्टर इंक्रीजेस ऑक्सीटोसिन इन द बॉडी, whereas वेसोप्रेसिन जो होता है, जो आदमी की बॉडी में इंक्रीज हो रहा है, एंड दैट इज व्हाट कॉजेस द फादर बेबी बॉन्ड. वेसोप्रेसिन व्हाट इट डज इज it is increased by just being around the baby, not by touching the baby. Oxytocin increases by touching the baby. So touch is very important, but just by being around, sleeping in the same room as the mother and child will increase paternal instinct in the father. Now, the next thing that comes over here is, तो आपका testosterone कम हो गया, oxytocin बढ़ने लगा है, vasopressin बढ़ने लगा है. And when these hormones ऊपर नीचे जाते हैं, there is something known as postpartum depression in fathers. Yes, postpartum depression fathers में भी हो सकता है. That is actually something that we don't speak about more often. But जब postpartum depression होता है, that in fathers, if there's postpartum depression in fathers, that brings a lot of effect on the mother. And every mother, लिख के ले लो, goes through some degree of mental health. I don't want to say mental health issues, but yeah, our mental well-being takes a hit आफ्टर डिलीवरी. उसको बेबी ब्लूज बोल दो, या जस्ट स्लीप डेप्रिवेशन का नाम देके इग्नोर कर दो, या पोस्टपार्टम फुल फ्लेश पोस्टपार्टम डिप्रेशन, पोस्टपार्टम रेज, हमको हर चीज हो सकती है. यू कैन बी एक्सट्रीमली एंग्री, यू कैन बी एक्सट्रीमली टेरिटोरियल, यू कैन बी एक्सट्रीमली सैड एंड डिटैच्ड एंड डोंट केयर अबाउट द वर्ल्ड. इट कैन बी एनी ऑफ दीज आर द इश्यूज द मदर्स गो थ्रू. तो जब माँ को होता है, देयर आर हायर चांसेस दैट द फादर विल आल्सो get it. So postpartum depression in dads is common and it is not spoken about enough. Please, if you want to look out for postpartum depression mothers, Edinburgh postpartum depression scale है, उसको आप, you just Google search it, you fill it out. If you're watching this and you feel you need to reach out to me, you do, either you DM me on BabyChakra or on Insta. And the other thing I want you to do is check out your yourself, like what your postpartum depression scale is. Where do you stand? So it has a couple of questions where they ask you, do you feel like harming yourself, harming your baby, all these things. So just go through it and get immediate help. I am there for you. Live, love, Nutella. Hello, welcome. I'm there for you. Please connect with me. I will connect you to appropriate therapist, or I can take a session for you. Please remember that. Now, lactation is one thing जहाँ पे fathers को लगता है we are really missing out upon this. So what do we do there? What lactation does is it fosters a very close bond between माँ and बच्चा. So काफी बार ऐसा होता है when mother has to pump and give the baby milk, or the mother decides to start formula. What happens is the father actually feels, yes, I'm a little bit a part of this. Some fathers may be like, मुझे duty लग गई. But you know, many fathers, they feel happy to be able to connect with the baby. So moms, हर चीज आप अपने से नहीं कीजिए, बच्चे को, बाप को जरा पकड़ने दीजिए बच्चे को. There are some moms, you know, they're like, no, मैं सब करूंगी, and they're always so scared. Whereas there are some moms who just want to give the baby and just get some rest. So let the father also bond with the baby, and please remember your husband, your partner, जो भी है, उनकी भी emotional needs होती है. They are not just here to be our vent, like they are not here to be our punching bag. The next important thing, now this, fathers, please sun lijiye. This is very important to reduce the number of fights you have with your partner, your wife, whoever the mother of the baby is. Now, when you go and you know, you were probably working from home आजकल, or you went to office, and then you know your wife is there with the baby and she's sitting, और आप आए घर पे and you want to talk to her. She says, हाँ, मेरे साथ आके बैठिए आप, and you sit with her. And when you're talking to her, what happens is she's you're just absent-mindedly कि Facebook देख रहे हैं, Twitter देख रहे हैं, जो भी देख रहे हैं, और बातें भी चल रही है. But the fact that you're not making eye contact with the mother really irritates mothers. Now, I made a parody of this. सिलसिला ये चाहत का सॉन्ग को मैंने बर्बाद कर दिया था, where I talk about how, you know, when the men, they're always on their phones, and this was actually requested to me by one patient. The thing is, when you are absent-mindedly looking at your phone, that reduces the quality of interaction आपकी जो आपकी wife के साथ हो रही है. So I request fathers कि you have this eye contact, because you know what, after the birth of the child, माँ का जो brain है ना, वो network rewire हो रहा है, and because of all the hormones and everything, and because of this rewiring. Okay, A Blue Sky, very true. I can relate so much here. Thank you. And please share with somebody. So when the rewiring is happening in your head, one second. When this rewiring is happening in the head, she is also learning to fall in love with the baby. Now, when she's falling in love with the baby, what happens is she learns कि language कैसे बोली जाती है, आंखों में आंखें डाल के. You know, she keeps looking at the baby in so much close contact, and I talk about this in my book. So if you're interested in this topic, please pick up my book. सब कुछ बहुत simple language में इसमें दिया गया है. Newborns and New Moms, available on Amazon. आप you can buy it. It's the link is in my bio profile. If you're logging in from BabyChakra, link is given down below. So what happens? मैं यहीं रखती हूँ, देख लो आप. So what happens when the brain is rewiring? She realizes that eye contact means love. Eye contact means communication. Yes, your wife's brain is physically changing. It's okay. It's a normal phenomenon. It is supposed to happen so that she nurtures the child. She thinks she puts the baby before herself. And yeah, that's that. So fathers, here is one little advice. आप जब अपने wife के साथ बैठेंगे, आपको hardly any time you'll get to talk. In that, just keep Facebook away. On the other hand, mothers, just because I said this doesn't mean you don't allow your husband to browse through social media. आजकल work pressure इतना ज़्यादा है, and our work is always on laptop, computers, it's coding, or you know, startup है, whatever. Because of all of that, what happens is the father needs a place to do just brainless browsing. So please, moms, मैंने ये तो बोल दिया है fathers को, but I'm telling you guys also, give them some brainless browsing time. It is very important to let your husband have that kind of independence. कभी आपको लगे कि वो बहुत ज़्यादा कर रहे हैं, मुझे आपसे बात नहीं कर रहे, just tell, let's just like switch it off. प्यार से बोलो, don't nag him, because he is also going through a lot of changes. If you guys are joining in now, you can rewatch this. I'll be saving it over here. You can rewatch it, and you know, you can go through what are the changes happening in the father's brain and how he's getting affected by this. Okay, so I have so far mentioned the hormonal changes that happen in the father, how to increase the bond between the father and the baby, and the next thing is okay, postpartum depression in fathers is a real thing. Resources to get in to diagnose yourself with postpartum depression, and I'm always here. Please reach out to me if you have any problem. And also I have mentioned that this is a real thing. In fact, जिन couples में domestic violence हुआ था, उनमें से 70% started after the birth of the child. So birth of the child is a very big event, and we need to give it the importance that it deserves. Okay, so now the next question, questions. So let me see if I have any questions. I don't think there are any questions as of yet. No questions. Anyone on Instagram want to ask me? Please go ahead. Now there is something called the outsider complex the father is going through. उसको हमेशा लगता है मैं बाहर का आदमी हूँ. So the father feels excluded, and it is our duty to include the fathers in baby rearing. तो कभी उनसे request कर दो, आप diaper change कर दीजिए, आप you can feed the baby अगर आप express कर रहे हैं, you take the baby out, let me sleep. This is not just asking your husband for a favor, it is helping him bond with the child. And that is actually a very important. Hello, new joinees. I'm so sorry, 7:30 का है, मेरा usual crowd नहीं आया because it's dinner time. I'm really sorry, but it's all going to be safe. So you can watch it आराम से whenever. Okay, then I have mentioned about the changes in the father's brain, changes in the mother's brain. You can catch up with it later on. Video will be on IGTV as well as BabyChakra. Okay, now so there are things like the father is sad, and there are things like the father is jealous. These are the two primary emotions they feel. And there's another one, the father is angry and he gets violent. So these are the three changes happening. Now it does not help that delivery ke baad aksar a woman who was living in a nuclear family, she comes and she has to, for the want of a better word, I'm going to say, tolerate the mother-in-law. It is a part of our Indian culture. It is a part of our life. And what I want to tell you is, over here, I request the fathers, I don't know what's happening between your wife and your mother, but I know that you want to take the side of your wife. You want basically peace in your house. So one of the best advice that I can give you, see, आपका cater maid है, अगर आपका tailor made advice अलग से मैं दे दूंगी if you want to talk to me, not an issue. But here I want to bring to your notice that we don't want you to, okay, not we, your wife probably doesn't want you to separate from your mother. All we want is, bas sun lo, mera complaint sun lo, just give me the validation. I'm going through hell and I'm coming back for you. I am tolerating your mother. You don't have to tolerate my mother. It's as simple as that. When the woman has to tolerate so much, all she wants is thoda validation de do. So, yeah, you agree with her, you tell her, yeah, and you ask her to ignore. Just don't shut it off. Ignore karo na, kitna roz sunaogi. Yeah, you and women, I want you to realize the man cannot listen to this every single day. This has to end at some point, okay, for the father. So please, I request you, you kind of like tone it down a bit, and the fathers, please be more empathetic to the mother. She's sleep deprived. She's trying to cope with the child's demands or the child's needs. उसको घर का भी ख्याल रखना पड़ता है. At the end of it, it's like एक चिंटू सा खाना भी पड़ गया. It's like the straw that broke the camel's back. मतलब वो इतनी छोटी सी चीज से पूरा मतलब पहाड़ गिर जाता है. So just to avoid that, give her the validation that she needs. So the simple way to deal with mother and mother-in-law is, new mother and the grandmother, that is the mother-in-law, is not to separate them or separate houses. Is just give validation to your wife. Just show her we are on the same team. We are on the same team. And simple things, if you're feeling you have a depression kind of a thing, or you feel like an outsider, speak to your wife. In fact, I know this couple, they're a close friend of mine, that couple. The father said, ki tumko to mere liye time hai hi nahi. And she took a pause and is like, oh my God, this is the first time in our married life that my husband has ever demanded my attention, has ever requested for my attention. And that guy used to never open his mouth. He used to not say anything. He's like a very stoic, job, angry young man kind of a fellow. And he said, you have kind of forgotten me. So women, please remember, your husband also has emotional needs. They don't vocalize it. जैसे हम बोलते हैं कि आपने मुझे ऐसे नहीं देखा, मैंने साड़ी पहनी थी, आपने मुझे तारीफ नहीं की, आपने मेरी, and such and such things. So your husband, the father of your child, also has emotional needs. So you need to be a little mindful of that. Your husband is not your punching bag. And if you have any doubts of how to maintain your relationship, now I'm going to come to 40 days after delivery are over. Now your doctor has said you can have intercourse. So now what do you do? How do you proceed from there? So for the women, take your time getting into this. And there's a chapter in my book called post baby bedrooms. Actually, it's a very important chapter because you know chapter number 8, post baby bedrooms. आपको दिख रहा है? So that is very important. It's a very important chapter. It talks about contraception. It talks about how to maintain relationship with your partner after the birth of your child, after this huge event. So first thing I'm going to talk over here is after delivery. What you can do is you can get the approval of your doctor before getting intimate with your partner. Second thing that you can do is that men need to realize that we are different human beings altogether after the birth of a child. हम लोग पूरे बदल जाते हैं. If you had अगर आप बहुत feisty किस्म की औरत थी, अगर आप short tempered थी, you will realize आप थोड़े mellow हो जाते हो. When the child comes, you become mellow. And जो introverts रहते हैं, I see जो चुप shy mild किस्म के लोग हैं, I see that they become tiger moms. Okay, what's a tiger mom? They're like territorial and nahi ye mera bachcha hai and I'll take care of him. So there is a big personality shift. And when this happens, the father feels like lost. Ki main kahan aa gaya hu? Ye kaun hai? I don't even know her. That's the feeling. So if you want, to get back the sexual drive in your wife, one thing is foreplay is not going to last for 5 to 10 minutes. Foreplay is a day-long event. That is actually a line in my book. It is actually, hi Rashmi, foreplay is actually a day-long event for a woman, and you guys need to know this. You need to know this for the simple reason that औरत हमेशा सोची बच्चे ने पॉटी नहीं किया आज. हाँ, that is the biggest worry. आज पॉटी नहीं किया, उसको constipation होने वाला है, वो बराबर से feed भी नहीं कर रहा है, nipple में crack. Yes, it's going to be available later. I'm going to be saving this. Don't worry. Yeah. So बच्चे को पॉटी नहीं हुआ, बच्चे ने ये नहीं किया, बच्चा बहुत रोया, नींद नहीं मिली, not this, not that. I will be doing a whole live later on also with all your queries. So it's okay if you can catch this on later, no problem. So what I want to tell fathers, foreplay is a day-long event. You cannot just come and say, I'm in the mood and like done, finished, ready. Wife says, acha. She's not going to say that because her personality has changed after delivery, which is not a bad thing, which is a normal thing, which happens to everybody. Thoda change aa jata hai when you become a mother. And hello, brand new mama. Thank you for joining. Yeah. So please remember, foreplay is a day-long event. You cannot just expect, a start-stop business. Don't expect that. You need to work at it, and you're a team. And please, very important point. There have been mothers who have complained that my husband is not interested in you to feel like a unit that just fits in nicely. There is a baby, there is a mama, and there's a baby, mama, and daddy. Okay, so it's going to take time for this to happen. And the advice I will give you is, firstly, have low expectations. You're not going to have the same level of passion and newness that you had before the period. Honeymoon period is over when the baby comes, but that does not mean love is over. Now it is a more calm sort of a love. Hello, Adil. Okay, hello. It is more of a calm sort of a love, and the sparks and the fireworks, don't expect it. Even if you married the most gorgeous woman in the world, or even if you married the most gorgeous man in the world, after a point of time, you're going to get, I don't want to use the word bored. It's more like you're going to get accustomed to that kind of a beauty. And it is more like you just love the person, the personality, what meaning they bring to your life. And it's not about just this thing. It's not just about the looks and the newness of a relationship. It's the newness of a relationship. Even if your partner looks like Humpty Dumpty, like one anda. Okay, I use the word Humpty Dumpty because I don't want to say anything against anyone. Like, I don't want to use the word like not good looking or whatever. Even if it's an egg, you're gonna have that spark and that adrenaline rush and that infatuation ka maza. After the baby, this is kind of like a testing fire your marriage, your relationship is going through, and let's see if it emerges victorious at the end of it. So that is what relationship is at the end of. Hi Soumya, relationship is at the end of pregnancy. Pregnancy is beautiful, I'll fulfill all her craving. The real test comes after delivery. So my advice to men is, I'm going to end the session in 10 minutes. Okay. 6 months starting. Okay, I have, yes, there's a financial crisis. I'll speak about that also. Okay, so is there any questions coming? Okay, no questions abhi tak. I have some questions on baby chakra popping up. I will answer that. It's a little diversion from the topic. There is Poonam is asking pain in vagina during pregnancy. You can get, if it's a second, it's a cesarean, you can be getting pain agar baby kicks on the cesarean scar. Agar aapka second pregnancy hai, that could be one of the reasons. The second reason is you need to get checked for a fungal infection. The third thing is get checked for a urinary tract infection. You need to get examined for pain in vagina during pregnancy. I'd like you to clarify कि ये जो आपको pain हो रहा है, is it during intercourse or is it just normally there? So can you please, dear, answer that? 6 months starting, that and I'm not clear where is the pain. So can you just be clear on that? At which week fetal echo will clearly be known in scan? Mostly after 6 weeks, heartbeat gets detected, if that's your question. So I've answered the questions I got. Any questions over here? No. So please tell about gastric after delivery. After delivery, okay, this is a little diversion, but I think I should answer that because they've joined the live and they want to know, and I can't refer them to 1 hour live. देखो, gastric after delivery हो सकता है, acidity हो सकती है, acidity gas बहुत होती है माँ को after delivery. So please, I have told this before also, make a mix of kalonji का जो seed होता है, सौंफ, जीरा एंड मेथी दाना, उसका मिक्सचर बना के इक्वल एक टेबल स्पून सबका लेकर रखिए आप, एंड हैव हाय किनेरी, have half a teaspoon of that after food. That will really help reduce the acidity and the gas and everything. And yeah, that should help. And it is lifelong rehta hai, by the way. Acidity after delivery, it will just keep coming and going. If it's a bigger issue, it needs if it's an ulcer, you'll need H. pylori infection hai, ulcer hai, kuch bhi, then you need a gastro referral. So answer. Okay, I'm going to just go to Insta and see if there is any more questions. Okay, so for those of you who are joining now, सब लोग dinner करके आ गए हैं अभी, looks like newborns and new moms. I am talking about I'm 10 month older month. हाँ, so that could cesarean था क्या? Okay. So yeah, you can still take that ajwain, and have, what you can do is, Vidya, zeera ko you put it in water overnight and the next morning you drink it, zeera water. That kind of helps. In fact, that is one thing we tell pregnant women to have for their acidity. Hi Ria. Hi mommy and Sparkles. Done. Okay, so just 5 more minutes. It's a short and sweet topic. Newborns and new dads was the topic for today. We discussed the hormonal changes the fathers went through. We discussed about what I'll tell you, the kinds of emotions they can have. They can have postpartum depression also. What to do if you have postpartum depression? What we as mothers can do to help them out, and the role of social media in breaking up families. We're going to come to that. So one of the, do you know that divorces जो recent में हो रहे हैं, many of the transcripts जो divorce का रहता है, reason Facebook has been featured a lot. I don't remember the exact statistic, but I had read this report कि Facebook is mentioned in so many of the divorce petitions. He is always on Facebook or she's always on Facebook. So please be wary of your social media. In fact, I have put up a video last week only about the ugly truth of social media. Please watch it. It's there in my IGTV. Oh, thank you. Please watch it. And whatever I have mentioned today, I know men don't have the stamina to sit and watch my entire life. So I'll be making short videos. Promise pakka banane wali hu main. Sachi banane wali. So guys, please help out your partners. Men, I request you that to rekindle the spark in your relationship, firstly, have low expectations. You will not be getting the same amount of attention and time, and in case during the act मतलब बहुत 3 महीने हो गए and you guys have not become intimate, and one time you become intimate and the baby will get up and cry. Trust me, the baby always knows. The baby will always get up and cry, and that is not from one mother to mother. I've heard this from every single mother. So take it in the spirit. You don't need to take it personally. It's just a baby. Uska antenna khada rehta hai. They will tune in and interrupt, and take it in a stride. You can continue the next day. It is not a problem. It is not the end of the world. And please communicate your need to your wife, to your partner, to be in communicate your need, emotional needs. I feel left out. I just want a little bit of your attention. And mothers, please be open to it. Don't say, I already too much on my plate, I cannot handle this, because men are not that they don't open up that easily to women, to their partners, to their wives, and they're not even in touch with their own emotions. So that's that. And this brings us pretty much to the end. Yes, we finished it in half an hour. Chotu ka topic hai. Yeah, that's all for today. And this is my book, Newborns and New Moms. Make sure you buy it if you want any help. This is for new dads also. So guys, please read it. You will benefit a lot. You will be more well prepared. And men, recommend this to your expecting fathers. That's all for today from Mom's Time. I will see you next Tuesday. Very important topic next Tuesday. I'll tell you about it tomorrow, probably, my stories. I'm not sure if we're doing that topic next Tuesday. And that's all for today. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.